Monster RX93.1. It's time
3.1.
for the top 10 for today, and we are also live on Facebook.com/RX931. Hello, Team Bahay and Team Resort.
Team
Oh my
Resort is
God.
here
Look
with
at
us
that
today.
background.
Ang,
Hello. Oh,
sus-
what? This
ang
little old
saucy
thing?
naman. Ang saucy naman ng background.
Ganda.
Right? And look at my ano. Look at what's actually in front of me.
Room tour,
Wow.
room
Oh my
tour.
gosh.
Ozzy Aldo
All
Oh
room
I
my
tour.
God.
want. Oh
Yay,
my
room
gosh.
tour,
Go
room
room
tour. If you guys
No.
want to
room
see it, go
tour.
on Facebook.com/RX931 for
Yes,
people
room
listening on the
tour,
radio.
please.
So this
Yeah.
is our room. It's like a little do you see that? That's our bed.
Yes.
So it's by the big window. And let's go outside in my neighborhood. My neighborhood. So I just hope our neighbors are not awake. Look at this. It's like the Shire.
Where
Look.
is BB Will?
Wow.
That's
See?
so
Where's BB
nice.
Will?
Swimming. So
Eh,
as
dun
you can
tayo.
see,
Yun ang
see,
ipakita mo.
look at all these houses. Look.
Wow.
Ah,
Oh my
Wow,
God.
it's so nice.
So
Ah,
pretty.
you're making us you're
it
making
is.
us jealous.
But I have to go back inside. The Wi-Fi is there.
Ah, kasi walang wifi. Mm-mm. And like I think there's no internet there, 'di ba? Like LTE. Hala, nawala si Chico.
Ayan na, nag-freeze
Oh
na
no,
siya.
nag-freeze siya.
I'm
Nag-freeze.
sure he will be back in no
This is
time.
this is gonna be
Mm-mm.
fun because I prepared for the game already.
Oh no, the game is coming today.
So it's happening today, but my
It's
camera's gonna be
happening.
off, ha?
Sayang.
My kuliti is ano eh,
How are we
is
going to
not,
see
it
your
ain't cute.
reaction? Ano na lang, half your face.
Mas
Eh,
mahirap
walang kwenta yung game if we don't see your reaction.
Can we just
Mag-shades
play
ka
Yeah.
na
tomorrow?
lang. Mag-shades ka na
And play
lang.
tomorrow.
Let's just play it tomorrow.
Eh,
I thought you
makikita
were gonna
nyo
play it
eh.
Eh, wait, we
yesterday.
can't. Well, we can't play it tomorrow because, di ba, we have guests.
Ah, yeah, we do.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Mag-shades ka
Mag-shades
na
Well,
na
lang.
one
lang daw.
day.
Mag-shades
Eh.
na lang daw, sabi ni ano. Ren Rupi.
Sige, let's do the top 10. Let's go.
Okay. So we've got the top 10 for you. Let's start off with well, thanking Green and Jam, of course, for the topic. How to fight fear. 7070 says, maglagay ka raw ng barya sa sapatos mo para mawala yung kaba mo.
Is that a
Huh?
thing? I never knew that.
Oh, you know what? I've heard of that before. Yung
Parang I've
parang,
heard of that.
like a coin, not sa
Yeah.
sapatos, but sa hand. What movie was that? Parang may ganong movie na in-advise sa kanya. I think it's Made in Manhattan. Parang
Oh.
advice ni Ralph Fiennes dun sa anak ni J-Lo na parang when you're delivering a speech, parang, siya nga atay, I don't know, have you guys seen Made in Manhattan?
Yeah, pero there's
Yeah.
also like I think a local version of this. I think meron ngang ganun. You put a coin in your shoe. Something
I
like
guess
that.
so that you'll be distracted or your
Yeah, that's what I'm
attention would be
thinking.
on the coin.
That's what I'm thinking. Because you can feel the coin in your shoe. So you're like, you feel a little uncomfortable. So I guess that's the whole point of putting that there. I don't know. Yeah, I'm guessing. And also, coming from from Archer Aguilar. How to fight fear? Act tough. Fake it till you make it. Actually, no, sometimes parang, yeah, you're afraid, but pretend you're not afraid. And you pretend long enough, eventually you'll get to the other side. You get through to the other side. And you survived it. Just
Yeah,
by
well, I
faking it.
mean, well, it's like it's part of meditation. You know, if you say that you're not afraid, then you won't be afraid.
Yeah.
You
True.
just have to affirm it. Right?
And Coming from Puchoy Choy naman, in my head, I would tell myself, you're a big boy now, Choy. Big boys can take on big things. Sabay inhale, tapos go na. Whatever that is, go na. Go.
Go.
Take a deep breath and go.
Mm-mm. You can
Mm-mm.
you
It's
can
like
make big decisions, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
like a big jump. Diba? Bungee jump. Take a deep breath. You're a big boy now. Then jump
Yeah, true. It
up and
works.
down.
It
Mm-mm.
works. It works. Um, Coming from Green and Jam, how to fight fear. I regulate my water consumption bago matulog para hindi ako magising para umihi. Tamang inom lang. You know, this is my problem because I have this habit of holding off my water intake until nighttime. Tapos before I sleep, that's when I'm at my thirstiest. So I would drink like a lot of water right before sleeping. It's so refreshing. Kasi usually galing pa sa ref yung Nalgene ko na malaki. So I would drink all of that before sleeping every night. So I always end up waking up in the middle of the night needing to pee kasi nga I drank so much. Tapos ang lamig-lamig pa. So not a good habit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I
right
should
now
drink
I think
earlier.
they have apps. Don't they have apps to remind you when to drink water, how much you drank
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Feeling
is
ko
good.
kasi nakaka-thirsty yung roommate mo kaya sa gabi ka napapainom.
Thirsty yung roommate.
Nakaka-thirsty. Oo.
Nakaka-thirsty.
Okay.
Dami kasing
Nakaka-thirsty.
dami kasing thirst trap. Roommate.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Ito talaga mga roommate na to.
Mhm.
Mm. And from Adam Baruel, how to fight fear? Accept it. Don't fight it. Remember, one will go through a breakdown before there is a breakthrough. Ano ba ito? Ba't parang may truck? Parang may magbubuwal na mga puno dito sa gubat. Can you hear it? There's
No,
like
we
this.
can't hear it. I
Oh,
can't hear
okay.
it.
Okay, cool. Good. It's pretty loud here. From 7-7, How to Fight Fear. You tell yourself, I've been here before. I will go through it again. Like you survived it. You've gone through
You've
it.
done it before. You've been
done
through
it
worse.
before. Yeah, exactly. Diba, it's a
Yeah.
nice thought na parang, oo nga, no? Like kunyari a breakup. Let's say you've had a breakup and then you got into another relationship and then nag-break up ka ulit. Look, you already survived one. You can handle another one. Don't, at least you know
Yeah.
it's possible. At least you know it's possible.
As long
And-
as you don't create a vlog or write a book, you're fine.
Ay,
That's
naku,
what I keep telling
Katie.
myself.
Yung
Ikaw?
vlog talaga na yan eh.
Hala. And the top, How to Fight Fear, comes from Renz Rufil and I am Onig.
They both say,
Renz Rufil says, magbasa ka ng mga favorite quotations mo para hindi ka na mata-quote.
Okay.
Hindi ka na matata-quote.
parang gusto ko siyang quote-tusan. Nakakainis.
Nakakainis. And then, coming from I am Onig, how to fight fear? Takot ka magmahal. Takot din ako magmahal. Tara, sabay nating harapin ang mga kinatatakutan natin.
Nax.
Nak!
No.
Nak naman. Yeah, that's a nice Hindi, di ba? Parang like, look, you've been burnt. I've been burnt. Let's not burn each other. Let's do it right this time. Total, we're both hurt. We're both damaged. We're both wounded. Who knows? It might work. Although some people will argue,
Yeah.
na parang, Diyos ko, dalawang damaged people nagsama, edi horror yun. That would be a nightmare.
Pero maganda nga yun eh, you understand each other. But
Edge.
yesterday I watched Holiday on Netflix.
I wanna watch that.
For the first time, I watched something na hindi BTS related. But
Good.
yeah, parang medyo
Congratulations.
ganun yung, I know, right?
We're
But
so
medyo
proud.
parang ganun yung, ano nila, what do you call it? Like their contract or like their understanding that we're gonna be each other's dates for every holiday within the year. Which ultimately, led to having a good time, obviously. Pero syempre, sa dulo, because the story needed to be like that. They kind of had, an argument. Tapos syempre, naghabulan pa, may habulan moment. So, it was really nice. But, yun nga, I think because they understood each other and their predicaments, that's why they had a good time being each other's holidates.
Sige,
Pwede,
I'll
I
check that
guess.
out.
I don't know lang if it'll work. But I guess you can give it a try.
One of my favorite actresses. I love her. Si Roberts.
Yeah.
I
So
love.
there you go.
Chico doesn't like her very much.
No, not a
I mean,
fan.
not,
I mean,
not a
I
fan.
don't dislike her. I don't dislike her,
Yeah,
but hindi lang
but as
ako
an
like,
actress,
yeah. So
yeah.
there you go, the top 10 how to fight fear. If you've got entries, go ahead and tweet us. Twitter.com/RX931. Please include hashtag the morning rush and hashtag how to fight fear in all your tweets. Rica will be playing a couple of songs in the RX booth, but we will stay here on Facebook Live.
Chico, are you just using mobile internet?
No Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. That's
The
why
Wi-Fi
it's
there is,
pretty strong.
It's
is
pretty
pretty
good.
strong, huh?
Yeah.
The
I only
Wi-Fi,
got cut because I went outside, but it's pretty good.
there's no LTE there, right? So if the internet conks out, you're
Actually, not so bad. Pwede naman. Like
really
it's not super bad. It's not great. It's not super great. Like kunyari out of 4
because the
bars,
last
parang 2 bars, ganon. Pero it'll suffice. I mean, I think you'll get something.
Whoa! May paano? May pa-crotch
Ay,
exposure.
no, no. I'm closing the window.
Wow!
No,
Mama Markki, si Chico Garcia today. Grabe,
Grabe.
Mama Markki strong.
I'm just
Grabe.
closing the window.
Make a crotch
Hindi ako
shot.
prepared doon, ha? Nagulat ako.
Pero
Make a crotch
Alam mo yung
shot.
alam mo yung parang na-imagine ko yung nakita ko na in my face.
hindi. Kasi ang ingay nung, parang may, I don't know, there's this, is it a truck or something, cutting wood or,
How far
Ayun.
is your room from dun sa where you met?
dulo-dulo. Nasa dulo kami.
Kabila. Okay.
Nag-meet kayo sa
Sayang.
reception, di ba?
Sayang wala yung gusto ko makita yung path. Yung path na nagtanong ka kung nasaan, pero alam mo yun, parang
Wait, yung path? The path to true love?
The path to
The
forever.
path? Oo, the path. Pero alam mo, sabi ko nga, pagdating dyan sa path, sabi nga nung saying, path is path.
Let's not bring up the path
Let's
anymore,
not bring
okay?
up the path anymore. Kasi if you don't let go of the path, you won't enjoy the present.
Yeah.
Kainis!
Yeah.
Nakakainis.
And yeah, you should write a book, Chico. Call it Moby Dick too.
Wala siya, oh. Talagang, alam mo, ihanda mo yung singit mo talaga. I swear. Ihanda mo talaga yung singit mo.
Hi. Oh my gosh, are you excited to go swimming? When are you back in Manila? Manizzle.
Later. I think pag check out na, we have to go.
Can I ask, may mga stops ba dyan?
Wala.
Is it empty or are there spawns?
No, but there are a lot of spawns, but just no stops. Pero regularly, di ba usually there's a specific spot where they spawn. So there are about, in the entire farm, sa Pokemon Go, parang it's just a little bituka na ganon. There's about like maybe 6, 7, 8, or 8 to 10 spawns at a time. So regular naman siya.
Okay, well that's good.
Mm. But no,
ZT
ano, no Pokestops or
will
gyms.
suck. Hi, nako. Yeah, someone asked a while ago if I was making sampay. Yes, I'm doing my laundry.
Oh,
Again, Christmas wish list, mommy. Bekenemen dryer. I know you're listening because you're on your way to Eastwood.
I know, right?
Yeah, Gabi.
Yeah, my
So,
nose hurts.
why?
Until
Di, I
now?
don't, no naman, pero I don't know how you do it, Marky. Kasi mine, the one that I did was the antigen, which is the one that's not so deep and one nostril lang. Kasi the PCR, that's the one na yung kunyari, if you're going to travel, that's what you need to take. Yun yung nakikita nyo na parang pinasok yung buong
Yeah,
Yeah, yung super
swab.
haba.
Tapos you have to,
yeah.
tapos both nostrils. Hindi pwedeng one lang. Tapos meron ka pa sa swab sa throat. That's the PCR. Yun yung talagang super duper accurate. Yun yung pag kunyari if you need to travel, you can't do the antigen. Yung antigen, it's basically like a rapid test din eh. Like, ganun lang yung level. It's not so deep. Kaya nga parang, uh, sabi ni Baby Whale, mas medyo painful yung
Mhm.
isa, yung PCR. Kasi nga, it
To
goes
this,
deeper.
yeah. You know what what my doctor told me. Apparently, because I don't have my tonsils anymore, I'm more susceptible to infection, bacterial. That's why I always get sick first.
Oh, really? I always
Oh.
thought the tonsils were
Tonsils
vestige
are they're
organs. I
what
thought they're
it's actually
vestigial.
something that it stops from entering disease from entering or something.
Ah, okay. Somebody told me kasi
Yeah,
before, 'di ba na together with the appendix, they are the parang vestigial organs, yung mga wala nang use, the ones that don't actually have anything, doesn't actually do anything for us.
that's why it
Okay,
gets
so meron pala.
inflamed.
Meron
I
pala
don't
siyang
know.
use. Okay. I guess
Yeah,
wrong yung sabi sa akin.
well, yeah, I don't know. That's what I was told, and I get sick quicker. I don't know why, and that but I recover before everyone else gets sick, which is
Yeah, you've got a good ano naman, immune system, that means.
immune system. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yun. But like, actually, the better test or the easier to cope with is the swab test in the mouth.
Mhm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Pero kasi pag antigen, you need both. They will
Ako
swab
pag
your
kung sa
nose and
mouth,
your mouth.
they can go as deep as they want. I mean, iba kasi yung sa nose nakakatakot. Sa No, I'm just saying, pag sa mouth, syempre, parang, di ba, okay lang.
You've had
Gusto mo pang,
practice, parang ganon. Oo.
di naman sa
Yeah.
ganon, actually.
And let's
Matagal-tagal
face
na
it.
eh.
I mean, let's face it, di ba? We eat. We eat food. So we're
Yes.
used to stuff entering our mouth, but we don't we don't inhale stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of air, we don't put food into our noses. We don't put objects into our noses. So it's infinitely more foreign, di ba, to have
Yep.
swab sa nose. Unlike sa mouth, kahit sabi mo pa na medyo maggagag ka ng konti, not as
You'll be
bad.
okay.
You'll be
Oo.
okay.
Diba,
Kasi,
pero
di ba,
diba
we eat food.
they say na yung sa nose na swab test, it's like, they liken it to swimming and having the water go up your
Yes.
nose. And for me pa
Yes.
naman,
Yes, yes, yes,
personally,
yes.
that feeling is like one of the worst feelings ever. And I feel like that hits me harder than most people because, I'm not exactly a swimmer. And also, talagang big deal sa akin yung napapasukan ng water sa ilong. As in, kahit sa shower lang yung kahit konting, alam mo yun, konting water lang, sobrang affected ko. So, I can't imagine.
Actually, yung antigen, it's not painful. It's more irritating. Parang for me, what the most difficult part was not the sensation of it inside my nose. It was more like I had to stop myself from sneezing, which was so hard. And siguro I'll post the other video. The first video kasi nakakatawa, talagang I sneezed. I wasn't able to hold it in. So nakaganon ako, di ba? Tapos biglang, Napag ganun talaga lang, I'm sorry, sorry. Sabi niya, no, that's why we wear PPE kasi nga raw it's normal for yung mga tinetest nila to sneeze.
Did you
Yeah.
did you
It was
cry?
so, yeah, super. Tsaka, you don't feel like you're drowning. But that was my comment to Baby Whale. Sabi ko, weird, no? Like an hour after, para I still feel like, yung pag pinasukan ka ng tubig sa ilong, not the actual moment, pero alam mo yung hours after, you sort of kind of still feel like may tubig sa ilong mo.
Oo.
Medyo ganun yung feel niya. So,
Oh, okay.
it's a bit
Yeah,
uncomfortable,
it's
even hours.
uncomfortable, super.
Do you get ano din, parang a weird feeling in your ear? Kasi 'di ba
Oh, no.
usually ano 'yon,
ENT.
No naman.
No,
connected.
no,
Hindi
No
not
naman.
really.
naman.
Not
It's
really.
just you just
Okay.
tear up a bit, and it's not. It doesn't hurt. It's just a weird sensation.
You know, the funniest thing was watching your video, Chico, was the anticipation. Yung before pang isalaksak sa ilong mo yung swab, your face was so funny. As
You know,
in,
that's why I'd probably post the other one. Kasi the one that I posted was the second video. Take 2 na yun. Kasi,
kaya alam mo
kasi
na what
nga,
to expect.
because I sneezed. I sneezed dun sa una. At least
Kaya
ito,
pala
diba?
your face.
Diba ito, I sneezed after. Yung isa,
Oo.
I sneezed while the swab was in
Oh
my
my
nose.
God. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But wait, how do you got the swab twice
I had to do it twice.
just for the video?
No, not for the video. Ano ba? Why would I do that for the video? Kasi nga, I
Because
sneezed.
I've never had to do a swab twice.
Hindi
When
kasi,
you
diba,
sneeze, na-push
One.
out yung swab?
well, syempre na pag ganun niya kasi I sneezed eh. Kasi bila, so, na-pull out. So, hindi pa tapos. So, she had to put it in again para properly yung pagka, di ba
Ah,
ginaganon
okay,
sa
okay.
loob?
So they had to do it twice because you
I had to do
sneezed.
it twice because I sneezed the first time. So, I might post it.
Oh.
Nakakahiya eh. Kasi
Oo.
like, I sneezed
I think
talaga.
it's funny. You should have
Sneezed
posted the
swab.
sneezing one.
No, I don't want. Nakakahiya. I'll think about it. I'll look at it again.
Oh my God. It's so scary talaga just watching all the videos.
But that was kasi the swab is the parang was the requirement of the events because I'm here for work. Pero if you go here daw like on a regular basis, you can choose if you want the swab or the prick.
The prick.
It's up to you.
Ay, prick.
Of course, I didn't have to ask you. I know your answer.
Team prick right here.
But but Hazel, it's just a little prick.
Well, I would still take that little prick over the swab. Okay na ako sa little
You know
prick.
what?
Ako nakakatawa. Like when they gave us the kit to do at home, the prick. I was like, they're going to do this again when you get there. I mean, I hated every minute of it, every second of it. I don't want to do it again. Sabi ko, alam mo, I'd just rather do the swab. Give me the swab anytime over this. But after that, I'm like, I think I choose the prick na din.
Team prick ka na din.
No,
I
maybe it's
so-
because you sneezed that it was really weird. It was a weird sensation. So because you
Ah.
sneezed, like you had a bad experience the first time. So it's kind of like a
Maybe.
mini trauma. Because for me, I would take the swab. Actually, for me, it would be the mouth swab, then the throat swab, sorry, and then the nasal swab. And I just don't like the prick. I
Ako
don't
rin
like
naman kasi. Pero,
I don't like injections. I don't like
me too.
things
Me too.
sticking into my
But,
body.
but I guess it was just so unnatural for me, the feeling of somebody putting something up your nose. I just, not a fan.
You don't like needles, both of you. Kayo
No.
pala, no? Pareho kayong
I
no
don't like
tattoos.
needles.
No, tsaka
Both
for
of
me,
you.
I would rather have the blood test. Alam mo yung that giant needle? I
Yeah.
would rather have that than I don't like being
Yeah.
pricked sa tip of the fingers.
So,
I hate
ayaw mo ng little prick, gusto mo giant one. Giant needle.
You like the
Basically.
needles.
Basically.
Okay. Noted. Size
Just a little prick.
queen.
Sa needle nga. Sa needle.
You know why? I'm fine when someone else does it. But like when I have to do it myself, because when I did my test, I had to actually put a lancet, like prick a lancet to my like my finger, as opposed to,
I cannot.
when I've done other tests by myself, they had like a lancet item thing that you just press a button and it pricks
Yeah,
it.
that's what
So
I
that's
did.
easier. That's easier. But when you have to do it yourself, oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's so painful.
Yeah, mas siguro okay if someone else would administer it talaga for you kaysa you're doing it yourself.
Monster RX93.1. It's time for the last batch of the top 10. Team Bahay and Team Resort. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm here.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm partying here in Batangas.
Wow.
Batangas. And you know where I
Man.
am? I'm in Marky's favorite. I'm in Dua Lipa, Batangas.
Dua Lipa, Batangas.
Dua
Lipa.
Lipa, Batangas. This is Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
because you're Dua. You're two in the room. We see two beds.
yeah, I
Mhm.
slept in both.
In
Ah,
Slept in
both.
both.
okay.
In both.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, good
Mm-mm.
job. Mm-mm.
Mm.
So we've got our top 10 how to fight fear. Thanking Green and Jam for the topic. Ricky, you sent us two entries. How to fight fear. Um, let's see here. Pause and tell fear, saglit lang. Kailangan kong huminga. You know, like sometimes you can't breathe. You know, in one meditation we had with Spencer, he was saying that's why we, di ba, like, did you notice, like, whenever you're nervous, whenever you're scared, bumibilis yung hininga mo, or you take deeper breaths, you're like, because you're
Yeah.
scared, right?
Anxiety.
Why do we do that? It's because we need the air, the breath. That's what calms us down. That's why we breathe more, because that's what the body needs when you're stressed, when you're nervous, when you're afraid. So that's really a very good thing to remember, that when you're stressed, when you're scared, when you're fearful, when you're anxious, breathe. It's one of the most basic things. Don't forget to breathe. And if you can slow it down a little bit, slower, deeper breaths, that actually will calm you down
Yeah.
very effectively, very effectively. Um, let's see. Coming from Ricky Yu as well, how to fight fear. Remember that "do not fear," that phrase was mentioned 365 times in the Bible. Is that true?
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
Oh,
I didn't know
wow.
that.
Must be.
Right? Diba? Like if it's
Yeah.
if that's accurate, that it was mentioned a lot. So I guess that was one of the recurring themes of the Bible, which is do not fear. Kumbaga paulit-ulit talaga na it's a recurring truth, 'di ba? So
Do
I
not
guess you
There
can
True
really
say
is
ano.
something there really is something comforting about that. Like when you are afraid and then you pray, like yung parang may instant relief ka talaga na mafe-feel.
mm. Tsaka ano siya
Yeah.
Yeah,
eh,
with me, oo. But like sometimes, like, alam mo yun, just like talking to yourself. Or maybe, talagang nilalabas mo lang yung feelings mo, like literally nowhere. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Parang
Mm.
it makes you feel better talaga. But
Somebody
I
told me
love
that eh. Yung parang
You
just
know,
remember your God is big. Your God is, bigger than any fear.
bigger.
mabibiger ka na eh.
Hindi.
A bigger eh.
Alam mo, dapat kasi fear na agad yung sasabihin ko. Naghalo yung
Mabibiger.
fear. Mutik
Your
na ako
Bigger.
God,
mabigger. Buti na
your
lang
God
hindi. Hindi na
is
tuloy. Oo.
bigger
Okay lang.
than
Is
Well,
bigger than your
bigger.
fear.
I'm
Oo.
so thankful
Bigger
na
than
wala
your
kayo
fear.
kanina dito. Wala kayo kanina dito kasi napa-Halloween na naman ako.
But
Oo.
Halloween
Halloween.
is fine.
that's fine.
Hall
Halloween,
It's
it works both
legit.
ways.
Yeah.
Ang
It's
weird
There's
kasi
no
Halloween
way.
Halloween.
naman talaga eh. It's
Halloween.
Hallow
Happy
Eve.
Halloween.
Isn't it
Halloween.
Halloween.
Happy
Halloween?
Halloween.
No, it's
No,
not
It's
they're
Halloween.
Halloween.
both acceptable.
They're
Halloween.
It's
both
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween.
acceptable.
Kasi
Mm-mm.
'di ba it
Okay,
comes from
Halloween.
the
Basta hindi
original term.
Halloween.
The
Halloween!
All Hallows Eve.
the original term kasi was Hallows Eve. Hallow. So
Hall
it's really a
Ang
Hallow. Yeah.
hirap! Halloween.
Halloween is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
yeah, yeah, that's true, Hazel. I mean, like going back to the previous thing, I actually do pray before I go on stage
mm,
as well to prevent stage fright. I just do a quick sign of the cross, and even if I'm not a practicing Catholic,
But
I still I still
do you
pray. And
all have internal voices? Because I talk to myself all the time. My internal voice is so loud that
Mhm.
sometimes it's not even praying. It's just me talking to myself or just talking.
So
Because
Rika, how long have you
apparently,
feeling this way?
no, but apparently not everyone has that internal voice.
The voice
Uh,
Yeah,
within, ganon.
the
So,
voice
trust
within.
the voice.
No, it's true. Diba? Don't you have an internal voice? Wala kayo?
ako wala
Yung
masyado.
parang, yung parang, huy, Rika. Yung gano'n. Like, it's
No,
always
I
like
don't. I don't.
a separate entity talking to me. Talking to me. Ganon.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like a psychological thing. But, I don't
Hmm.
know. Alam mo yun, yung parang lagi akong hyper-aware with what I'm doing.
This
yeah.
explains
Yeah.
a lot.
Mm.
May judgment eh.
May judgment.
Hindi
Meron
No,
naman.
ka
pero
judgment eh.
totoo. Yeah.
No,
Yung
I
parang,
have I have I have friends who are like that as well. I mean, Rika, it's normal. I would sit next to one of my good friends, and he would just start talking to himself and be
no,
like,
no,
and
no,
he just
walang verbal. Like,
no,
you
no.
can't hear it.
I
It's
said no.
inside my head. It's inside
Ah,
my head, and it's a loud, loud, loud voice. Everything with what I'm doing. Talaga. You don't have that?
Ano
As
daw,
in?
mm,
Rika, meron daw may opening daw dun sa ibang shows. Ah,
Oh my
natakot.
No,
God!
kasi,
Parang
kasi
natakot
what's the
bigla.
difference, ano? What's the difference between an internal voice and, well, your thoughts?
No,
I
it's,
think
alam mo
it's
yung para kang hyper-aware. Like, let's say, simple, super duper simple explanation. When the bed stopped, my internal voice was like, Huy, Rika, wala ng bed. Yung parang, it's a separate entity. Ganon.
But isn't that just like your reaction
it's your thoughts, it's your
to
I
what's
know,
reaction.
but
going
like,
on?
I don't know, but for me kasi, it's like another voice.
May
For you
boses
guys,
talaga. Oo, oo.
oh, for
Parang
you
may
guys, it's
kumakausap
you.
sa'yo.
Oo. So for me, like whenever I'm driving,
Oh.
my internal voice is the loudest when I'm driving. It always reminds me na you don't want to get into an accident, hassle, ayaw mong may masaktan. It's always like that. That's when it's the loudest. And when I'm with my mom.
Baka si Doc Rose talaga yung naririnig mo.
Kaya nga
Yun.
eh. Baka
Yeah!
ano na
Boses
yan
talaga
ha?
ni Doc Rose yun.
Baka ano mo yan, Rika, internal tone, hindi internal voice. Parang kanina,
Ang
di
gan
ba? Like, di ba parang sinasabi ni Hazel tsaka ni Markki na nag-aano sila, nagpe-pray sila. Sabi ko, that's proof positive that God is not spiteful. Kasi pinapakinggan pa rin niya tong dalawa kahit alam niyang they
Oo
belong to
nga
the other
eh.
team.
Hoy,
Kahit alam
grabe
niyang they
ka.
belong to the other team. Kaya sabi niya, it's proof positive that, God is
Ah!
not spiteful. He will accept
Hey,
Kasi,
everybody. Even
malay
the
mo
ones
hey,
na,
naman, malay mo naman gusto lang malaman ni God kung ano yung plans dun sa other side, down there.
you
Kaya
know what?
nakikinig siya.
You know what? I'm praying to the universe. You know, I'm praying that a positive incident happens in my life, or that I lose my fear on stage. It's the
true.
universe or God. It's a
Whatever you
different
want to
belief.
call it, yeah. And,
But
Exactly.
do you really want your fear of, like going on stage gone? Feeling ko, di ba, that's what motivates a lot of people.
No, well, you need it. It's when you get on stage, like an alter ego takes over. So like how Beyonce has her Sasha fears, right? Because off stage she's a whole different persona. She's Beyonce, but then when she goes on stage, she becomes Sasha Fierce. It's a
Yeah.
similar phenomenon. You go on stage and you turn into the character that can perform for people without getting the social anxiety that you normally have, which I have. I have severe social anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Um, How to Fight Fear from Matthew Pichu. I remind myself how poor I am, and eventually sadness replaces fear. You know what? This is so weird. When I had to do the rapid test niya, yung needle thing, which it's no joke. I'm really terrified of it. Believe it or not, that's what I used. I tried to think of my greatest the thing that bothers me the most right now. Inisip ko siya. Kasi parang at least it gets my mind off of the fear na tutusukin yung finger ko. You know what? I try to think of the worst thing that I'm either worried about or sad about or whatever. And it works. Kasi nga parang oo nga no, parang because it bothers me so much emotionally, napupunta doon yung attention ko. So that when it comes time for the needle to break my skin, I didn't even notice that it was done because now I was sad. I was, of course, I don't know how healthy that is, pero at least that moment, I got it done. Diba? Hindi ko na
Wait,
siya...
actually, that's interesting because I was watching The Vow yesterday, which is the story of Keith Raniere, the sex cult, basically in the
Yeah.
states. And there was this thing. It was like they have this thing called I forgot DOS, which is dominant and submissive, where the women,
Okay.
yeah, where the women have like this thing where the dominant brands the submissive, like
Mm-hmm.
literally brands them with the name, the initials
Yeah.
of Keith. So when they do that, there was one girl who said she thought of all of the positive things in her life, like her baby, her husband, so that it distracted her from the branding. So if you think of all of the other negative things, she would think of all the positive things. So
Kasi sa
everyone
akin,
has their own.
thinking positive will make the pain worse. Kasi it's the opposite eh. So I needed to find something, okay, this is emotionally painful. This is physically painful. Parang natatrump nung emotional pain yung physical pain. But it's so funny because Rica was talking about a show kanina and you're talking about a show on Netflix. Yung show na
Yeah.
sinabi ni Rica is Freaky. Tapos ikaw
Yeah.
naman, ang pinag-uusapan mo, The Vow.
The
Freaky
vow.
The Vow.
I know.
Freaky the vow.
So, pwede mo siyang ipagsunod. Manood ka ng Freaky, tapos The Vow.
The vow.
Freaky
Excited
The
na ako sa
Vow.
freaky.
Oo, Freaky The Vow. Pwedeng pwede.
Yeah, and it's crazy that Allison Mack from Smallville, she got like 40 years or something,
Mhm.
or she
Yeah.
can face
Tapos
up to
yung
Yeah.
40 years
the
in
leader of
prison.
the cult, 120, right? 120.
120
Yeah,
years.
120 years. Yeah.
And from Drew or Falls, How to Fight Fear, just shade the spirit. Tell the ghost, get a life. Kasi patay na
Is
sila, di ba?
that
Kaya,
what
get
you're
a life.
wearing when you're haunting me? That
You
ain't
Right?
don't.
that's not cute.
Hey, you don't want to say get a life because they're gonna jump in you.
No.
Ay!
So
Did you
avoid
say get
saying
a life?
saying get a life because they will
I'll
take you
take
over.
yours. Paano ko
Hala?
sumagot ng ganon?
Oo nga, no? And from Coco Hernandez, confront your fear. If you see a white lady, kausapin mo. Tanong mo sa kanya, what's your beauty regimen? The secret to your white luminous skin. Parang almost transparent.
Pero
Parang
'di ba
it's
may
not,
ganung type of skin, yung parang you can see their veins.
The
'yeah,
'Di ba?
kaluluwalok.
Yung
yeah,
Yeah.
sobrang puti.
true. And the top, How to Fight Fear, comes from Para Newman and I am Onig.
They both say,
Para Newman says, How to Fight Fear. I felt like I've always been fearful for doing things, speaking up, showing my truth. Until somebody told me, Go. Do it afraid. Diba? Who says that you have to be unafraid before you try
To
it?
do something. Yeah.
Diba? So it's a very good advice na parang do it afraid. Nothing's wrong
Yeah.
with that. So a lot of people think that you have to get rid of the fear first and then you do it.
Mm-mm.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily. And from I am Onig naman, how to fight fear, close your eyes so that it will disappear.
Ah, kainis.
Noted.
Fear this, fear one half, one
Oh,
One
fourth.
fourth.
diba?
Yeah.
So, perfect.
Mm.
So what about us?
Hey, before we give our answers, let's can I just say hello to Missy Ricat? She was the one who prescribed my my eye ointment for my sty. So thank you.
Cool. Good
Thank
morning.
you.
Good morning. Oh, sige, I'll go ahead and I have an answer. Kasi
Okay.
I'm not a very fearful person, to be honest. I like to I'd like to think I'm pretty dauntless. Ang fear ko lang naman talaga is yun nga, yung mga supernatural if I watch like Toni Collette or mga Emily Rose, yun lang. But generally, I'm not very fearful. I think because I always think, what's the worst that can happen? Like if I feel like I'm, feeling a little nervous about something, you parang, oh, what's the worst that can happen? If it's not gonna kill me, then why am I scared?
It will make you
So it
strong.
It
yeah,
will
yung
make you
parang
stronger.
yeah, I think that's how you should look at things, eh. Yung parang if you have a lot of yung mga anxiety and ano, I mean, it might be of help. So just think of it that way instead of saying I can't, I'm scared. Like yun nga,
Yeah.
parang what's the worst that can happen? Oh, okay, 'di ba?
Mm.
Kasi I tend to think of the worst, the absolute worst. That's why I get even more scared. I
But
have
does
this
that
tendency
stop
to,
you? Does that stop you from doing stuff?
oh yeah. Yeah, because I think of the absolute worst, like worst case scenario kind of guy. Like I tend to think of the like if I ask that question, what's the worst that could happen? And I answer it, I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it anymore. Because then I really think of the absolute worst. Sabi nga
Mm-hmm.
ni Hazel, di ba, she's dauntless. That's what, either you do or you don't. Di ba? So, so,
Baka ano,
yun lang yun.
The do's and don'ts
The
ayoko
apply.
na.
do's and
Do's and
don'ts.
don'ts.
Nakakainis.
The do's and
The do's
don'ts.
and
Di ba?
don'ts.
Mm-mm.
I guess how I fight fear. Interestingly enough, there was a time I think I told this story. I came from Baguio, and there was this really freaky incident that happened where my driver who was driving home felt a weird force trying to pull him in the middle of the highway into putting the car into park while he was driving. And so what I did when I'm really fearful of something, I obviously go to a different place, meaning sometimes a church. I make pagpag. I go somewhere else to
Oh.
let the spirit go there, and then I move myself back to, well, the place that I reside, so that it doesn't follow me,
Oh.
because they tend
Pwedeng
to like
mag-request.
go.
Pwede ka bang magpagpag in front of us ngayon sa camera?
Hala?
How do you
Shake
make
it.
Hala?
pagpag?
Shake
Hala?
it.
How do you make
What do you do?
pagpag?
That's how you make
That this
pagpag
pagpag.
pala.
Oh, yung
Ah.
pagpag. Okay, okay.
Yeah, that.
Gets. Ah,
Parang yung aso ko pag.
pug.
Pag.
Mm-mm.
Pero pag sinabing pag,
Pag. Pero
Oh my
pag
Ano
sinabi
bang
gosh!
ko,
sinabing
Di ba,
pag?
di ba Rica, you own a pug?
ah,
Oh, edi pwedeng tawag sa'yo, pug hag. Kasi,
pag,
You're them.
ang
I like that.
galing.
That's a good one.
you're a pug hag.
You're a pug hag.
Pagag.
Yeah, and paminta din, di ba? Pepper.
Pepper!
oo nga, no? Ang
Paminta,
galing,
really?
So you are a
So
pug hag.
perfect.
Ano?
Oo
Is that for
nga.
everyone? Paminta is for everyone or hindi?
No, just the ones who are, you know,
Di kaya nga.
hiding.
Basta hiding, paminta.
Yeah.
Oh, hindi ako paminta.
Hindi.
Tulak ako palabas ng closet.
Hindi,
Ano ka eh?
si Pepper nga ang paminta eh. Di ba?
Okay,
Pepper.
Ano na
okay.
ba? Is it my
Mm-mm.
turn? Ano ba? Um, how to face your fears? Meron na ako kanina eh. I just
Ako, I
forgot.
can go first. I can go
Sige,
first.
you first.
I sleep. It's really my, di ba, fight or flight. That's my flight. I sleep. I try to shut
Right.
it all out. Yeah, it's really my thing. Everyone who knows me knows that. Na I start yawning. I start, basta like I can't. That's how I escape. It's like I can't. I shut down.
That's true. Tapos pagising mo, everything seems better already.
Mhm.
Not necessarily, but at least for a couple of minutes, a couple of hours, I can escape the pain.
Mm-mm.
So I
Parang
sleep.
pinagpa-procrastinate ka pa rin hanggang doon. Itutulog mo
Yeah.
muna before
But
you
at
deal
least
with
for
it.
a moment, for at least
Mm.
a moment, nawala ka dun sa problem mo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really my ano.
Baka kasi you don't drink eh. You don't drink as much anymore. Kaya parang
No.
itutulog mo na lang.
Oo.
I
For
only
me,
drink.
what? What do you
No,
drink?
go.
For me, that's how I know something is worth doing. If I know I'm scared of doing it,
Yeah.
that's how I know it's like this is probably worth it. You know, obviously, like
Mm,
as simple as let's say going on stage and hosting something. You know it's worth it. You know that you're gonna do a good job because you're
yeah,
scared.
yeah.
So there.
Fight your
Okay,
fears.
nice. Fight your
Fight your
fear.
Natatawa ako sa mga comments kanina pa sabi, ang daming hanash dito, guys.
Bakit may hanash?
Oh
Okay.
gosh. But don't
Anyway.
forget to join us tomorrow for the Halloween party.
And not, it's going to be a big day for us because we're going to have a
Yeah.
Halloween party. We're going to have our very special guests with an S. Tomorrow
Yes!
we have Pang Pang tomorrow.
Exciting.
Yes. So we have Ian Pangilinan and Paolo Pangilinan on the morning rush on our
Oh my
Facebook
gosh,
Live.
kaya pang-pang. Ngayon ko lang na-gets.
Rica.
Kala ko it was like a, I don't know, a Filipino word or kapampangan or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Mas
Yeah,
nakakatawa
so
nga.
guys,
I tweeted, diba? Sabi ko, ano tawag mo sa ano nila, fandom? Pang sub, pang milli. Tapos apparently it's pancake.
Pancake.
Oh,
Pancake!
that's so cute.
Pancake. Oo.
Yeah, so
Oh.
see you all to all the pancakes out there. See you
All the
all
pancakes.
tomorrow.
Oh, sakto. Pancakes and waffles.
Ay, ayan, may waffles tayo.
May waffles.
Waffles
Tayo.
and pancakes.
Grabe. Okay, so see you guys tomorrow. And that's it for the morning
Bye!
rush. Bye!
Bye, guys.